Something is very special for Book of Meme. Usually what we see in crypto is that attention follows price movement. So whenever a price rallies, whenever a token goes up in price, then we see a lot of people looking at that token. However, Book of Meme has a lot of attention while the price couldn't be more boring. Have a look at this. I made already 2 videos on Book of Meme. A typical video is here in gray. That's how much usually a video gets in views. The first Book of Meme video though outperformed this quite a lot, and it still gets traffic up to this day. This is a video that's 72 days old. The second video is 66 days old, also a pretty strong outperformer. And that's all to be seen with this price action. I couldn't think of a chart with a more boring price action. There is an explanation for this though, and that explanation is behind me. This is all the tokens on the Solana chain ordered by their liquidity pool size, so ordered by how much capital is bound up in the token, and Book of Meme is at number 2. And so in a market where the Solana chain tends to attract a lot of capital, where the growth is relatively steady, so where the 1 month change in total value locked was more than 20%, it's second only to the new Blast network. That's very, very risky. In such a market, it makes sense to look at the top coins. Now let's have a look at the on-chain metrics. Let's have a look at how many new investors are getting into Book of Meme. So this is the last 30 days where Book of Meme also pretty much traded like a stablecoin. We had 3 days where the number of first-time traders exceeded the number of recurring traders quite a bit. You do want to see as many days where first-time traders exceed recurring traders as possible, because that shows us that new people get in, right? This shows us that the price can potentially rally at some point. Here's the number of token transactions per interval. So this is the last 168 hours. A lot of activity at the beginning, but it's still not really dying down. There's still quite a bit of trading going on. Now this here is my favorite chart. This splits up the number of transactions based on different wallet sizes. So small retail here in purple is the wallets that have less than $1,000 of the BOME token. Medium-sized retail have between $1,000 and $10,000. Large retail have between $10,000 and $100,000. And whales have more than $100,000 worth of the token. Now what we can see here is that the 6th of May was pretty much dominated by the larger players, not by small retail. Let's have a look at the 6th of May. That's over here. So it looks like when the large players are pumping the price, and for such a big asset, such a pump is only around 10 percentage points. When it's only the large players that buy in, then that could be potentially manipulation. Sometimes though, for other tokens, what we see is that the whales tend to buy several days in a row. In those kind of cases, they might have an information edge. But it looks like Book of Meme is simply just a very, very stable asset. The super heavyweights have already sold off. So that happened in the middle of March. And since then, it's the smaller guys that took over. There might be a bit of manipulation of the token happening. And that is because there is trading volume on centralized exchanges as well. And those tend to be used for price manipulation. So 55% of all of trading volume happens on Binance. 13% of all of trading volume happens on Gate.io. And of course, we've also got quite a bit of activity on the perpetual futures market, so on the levered bets on the price. Now, when looking at the US dollar valuations of Solana tokens, unfortunately, we don't see very clean trends because there is a lot of expansion and contraction of the general market. When Bitcoin and Ethereum is going up, then of course Solana goes up as well, pushing up all kinds of meme coins as well. But what's very interesting is to look at the idiosyncratic price movements, as in what's happening with the Solana denominated price. And here we do see some structures. This is Book of Meme relative to Solana. And it appears we've got a bit of a floor here and maybe also a potential ceiling. So measured in Solana, Book of Meme can go down maybe by 10%. But it could also go up by 24. A relatively tight trading range, and that is somewhat expected since the liquidity is already that large. It takes a ton of capital to move the price here. Have a look at this. This is Bonk relative to Solana. It has a relatively clean floor and it does have somewhat declining tops. Here the risk of more than 40% versus the potential reward is maybe not that great. But here's something that looks more attractive. This is cat in a dog's world. So another very large meme coin on Solana. Here we are approaching a very nice support. So the risk is very minimal. The potential upside is large with maybe 170% or so. It seems like those meme coins have trading ranges relative to Solana. And the risk profile is very comparable. So here's Book of Meme, here's Cats in a Dog World, and Bonk is at number 10. A lot of trading volume for Bonk now happens on centralized exchanges, not anymore on chain. The market cap is huge, the liquidity on chain isn't that big anymore. And so just based on those relative valuation charts, I think Book of Meme looks somewhat interesting. I do think though that the Mew token, so Cat in a Dog's World, looks a bit better. It's always about finding the best risk to reward and to have some kind of strategy when to exit, right? You don't just want to buy into a meme token and then hope for the best. It's better to have a plan, to have pre-decided when to potentially buy more and when to potentially exit. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. There's also a free Telegram. Looking forward to chatting with you over there. The link is down below.